What's cracking, everybody? Felrose here, bringing you some Pokemon Go Battle League content. In today's video, we have a sleepy, cranky baby here to help me shoutcast my own battles here with the most meta team, in my opinion, the best team in the Psychic Cup. Went on an absolute rampage with all my patron members. Everybody who touched this team said 4-1s, 5-0s, massive gains everywhere. And I'm not even saying that. You guys could literally come fact check us in the patron Discord if you want to become a part of it. Not shamelessly plugging myself, but I got to. In the Discord, or the link is in the description to get in that Discord, get all access to teams like these that do amazing in the new meta that we've got. Quick Attack Victini is completely broken, cores very well with Galarian Rapidash, and once again we got a new emote up there from my lovely wife who made these Rapidash emotes just for me and my server. So shout out to her for being an awesome person and amazing wife, lovely mother, and all that fun stuff. And we've got Raichu in the back as our safe switch to rip the shields off of the opponent and let Victini or Rapidash or both decimate the opponent. Now, these are after I got my Elo, and man, honestly, this is going to be insane. Watch, you got to watch this stuff. All right, so let's go right into these battles here. So we've got Rapidash against Malamar. We love seeing Malamar leads. Malamar is going to be the easiest thing for Galarian Rapidash to deal with because it can tank a foul play, and it can deal super effective damage. Now, what I do with the Galarian Rapidash safe swap in is I will bait with the Body Slam, almost always gets a shield, and then I'll immediately dip out to my Victini, and half the time they throw right away anyway, so I'm able to catch the charge move. Even if it's a Mega Horn, it's not going to do a lot of damage to me. Body Slam, not worried about it. Now, the opponent will get to another Body Slam before I get to the V-Crate, so I'm going to throw the V-Crate right away to guarantee that I get the second shield off my opponent. So now I'm going to be 2 shields up on my opponent, or they lose their pony, and they don't. So they're going to go ahead and just continue to farm up some energy. I'll let it go. I'm fine. I got 2 shields. I don't need my Victini anymore. Victini's done his job. And the opponent hopefully doesn't have a Claydol or something in the back. And even if they do, my Rapidash has Mega Horn. Now, I will shield this up. This could be a Mega Horn, and I'm not chancing it. I just need to get to my own Mega Horn, or even a Body Slam at this point. I think it would be close to take this thing out. But I go straight for the Mega Horn, not fooling around here with this whatsoever. And we are going to get our first boom of the video in this first battle, because Mega Horn does a ton of damage, and they come in with the Victini here. At this point, I've got a shield. All I need to do is wait for them to throw a V-Create, shield it, and then hit them with the Mega Horn. And my opponent is getting a ton of energy right now. And so the nice thing about Rapidash is it beats just about everything, I think, but the Raichu to CMP. I don't even know, honestly, what wins CMP there, but I just go straight for the Mega Horn here. I've got so much energy that I can actually go for a back-to-back and go Mega Horn, Body Slam, and the Body Slam will take it out right now. And that is going to eliminate the Victini, and then I can almost guarantee that Raichu is probably going to be able to one-shot whatever's in the back with a... don't even need to. I'm actually going to swap out here to catch the foul play. When my Rapidash comes back in, I should be able to get off this Mega Horn if I have one more... I just need one more fast moves worth of energy, but this Malamar is getting dangerous, close to farming down, but Raichu holds on with 1 HP, and it's all of its dreams to get this wild charge off to take out this Malamar. Have another kaboom. That's a good game. Well played to my opponent. That was very close. If the IVs on my Raichu were any worse than they already are, which they're pretty bad, that would have been a loss for me. So, Rapidash against Malamar yet again. I saw a bunch of Malamars when I was playing my sets the other night with this team. Safe swaps in, the Gardevoir gets met with Victini. That's absolutely devastating for them. However, my big mistake here, I should have grabbed a shield with the Rapidash first, or hit him with the Body Slam. Now I have to lose the 2 shields. The only way I win this matchup now is if I'm going to be able to get 2 V-Creates off, which in the time it's going to take for me to get there, I'm not going to be able to get them off. So this V-Create is not going to go, but I'm going to be able to get to this back-to-backs before, and if my opponent doesn't shield, I get to keep the V-Create energy. If they do shield, I lose it. And they let it go, which is huge. Now I can throw a V-Create immediately as they swap in, or come in with the Malamar. So I think the opponent, it was smart of them not to shield, but thankfully I was able to take advantage of the fact that they didn't shield and get some damage on that Malamar. Now it's within range of every charge move that I've got that's going to do damage. So they come in with Victini. I'm waiting on my switch clock here, and I'm going to come in with my Raichu. My opponent needs to throw some energy here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight for the wild charge, because they're probably waiting for me to debuff so that they can just go for a charge move and take me out. But I'm going to do the same to them, and actually almost takes them out. The Wild Charge leaves the Victini with 1 HP, which is enough for my Rapidash to safely just farm it down. And that is going to be pretty much a good game because I just need to go for 2 Body Slams here, which I should be able to get to with a shield long before this Malamar is going to be able to get to another 2 charge moves, and I'm able to take him out. Their opponent surrenders, and that is a good game. Rapidash against Claydol. This is where I need to see the Claydol. If the Claydol's in back, I'm SOL. And another toxic team I've been seeing a lot, not as far, I don't know about toxic, but it certainly beats the pants off my team, is a Galarian, no, Gardevoir. God, I can't speak today. Gardevoir lead with a Claydol and Slowbro in the back. That is just triple hard counter, nothing I can do, and I saw that team so many times. So I don't know if somebody did a video on it, or if there's just some group of people running it in the upper, like, Ace Elo range, but I hate all of you for handing me really bad sets in between these really good sets. So I didn't cherry pick. I just had 2 really good sets, and I wanted to share them because this team has really just ripped, you know, several 5-0s for me in the time that I've run it since I hit like rank 18 all the way up to ace, and I'm almost a veteran at this point with it. So we're going to go for these V-Creates here. Again, the name of the game is to strip the shields off the opponent or take them out. We're even shields, but I've got so much energy that I should easily be able to rip a shield off of this Pokemon as it comes in, no matter what it is. And it's the Claydol. So instead of going for more energy, I just throw the V-Create right away once I see the Claydol, because I want to get some chip damage in. Now I can threaten easily with my Galarian Rapidash that has some energy. I will throw straight Mega Horn. I'm not baiting here because I need to get rid of this Claydol, and I know that I can get to 2 Mega Horns before the opponent is going to be able to get rid of my Rapidash. So I'm going to try to go for a couple, and I throw with horrible timing here. That is completely my bad. But Raichu in the back is always able to get to a Volt Switch before the opponent's Gardevoirs can charm it down, and so in doing so, I've gotten their shield, and I went to the Mega Horn. I went for the Body Slam because I didn't want to risk going for the Mega Horn, but still got the shield. That's all I needed to do. Takes it out. Good game. Well played. Was a slight mistake, though. I think I should have just gone straight for the Mega Horn for the guaranteed damage or shield, but I wasn't sure I was going to get there, so I went for the Body Slam instead. Raichu's going to come straight in on the Victini lead. I always come straight in with the Raichu on the Victini lead, and when the Raichu comes into and the Gardevoir meets it, I just go for as many Volt Switches as I can before the charms take me out, and then I go for the go for the Wild Charge at the last minute. Sometimes you might get lucky and they might take too long to swap, and you might be able to get 2 Wild Charges off, which would be huge. Now, because they have some HP left, like half a health bar's worth, that's a great time for Victini to start farming. And once a Victini has 100 energy, there's not a whole lot of things in this meta that can safely deal with that, and you're going to see why. So all this damage from Victini is going to be just shot out, and the opponent has a Lugia. So I'm going to throw the V-Create here. Lugia does not want to see my Rapidash because it has the fairy typing, which means it double resists the Dragon Tail damage. I go for the Overheat now because Overheat does a ton more damage than using my my V-Create here. So the opponent's Lugia takes a ton of damage, and I'm going to go and wait for them to throw a charge move here. But they get to a move before I do, so I just shield up, and I know I win CMP, so I go straight for Mega Horn here, and that's it. And then I'm literally 1 or 2 fast moves away from the next Mega Horn. Easily KOs the Lugia, and that's going to be well played, a good game. Mega Horn, absolutely a massive, massive move. And I mean, I caught this thing before the rankings were even up. I'm like, Galarian Rapidash is going to wreck this cup because of Fairy Wind and because of Mega Horn. Mega Horn being the only thing that does super effective damage to everything. That's, you know, it's got Psychic. It can one-shot Malamar, which Malamar was supposed to be like the Toxicroak of this cup, where it was Toxicroak in the Fighting Cup, and then we have Malamar in this cup. So, I mean, just, I love, anytime I get in a meta to play Galarian Rapidash, I freaking love playing the pony. So Mega Horn is going to come in and take a lot of damage off of this Bronzong, and that's going to put it in farm range for my Raichu. I do need to shield up 1 move here, because if I don't, could be a payback, and that's going to hurt a lot. And I do block the payback, which is huge for me. I do get to farm down, and I can almost guarantee that by the time something comes back in, I will be in a position to get both shields back from my opponent. With all this energy, there's no way that I don't either destroy this Malamar's entire health bar or get shields. So what happens here? They shield. And now they are going to be able to get to this next move almost. I threw the wild charge here because I figured we were going to CMP. Opponent does not shield that one. Figured we were going to CMP there because of the fast move that counts, you know, it's 5 to the foul play, so they were in line to CMP me, but instead they go for the extra farm, which was smart by them. And then the Victini comes in, and I have a Victini in the back. As soon as they throw a charge move, I'm shielding, and then I'm going to come in with my own Victini, knowing that they are now debuffed. They just swapped, so they're switch locked. But I'm going to go for the Body Slam to guarantee the shield first. Because Body Slam now does a ton of damage. Look at that. And now I can literally just farm this thing down, and they suffer, and they just surrender. So, well played. And that's what this team has been doing the entire time I've played it. It's just been, you know, just overwhelming people, because once the shields are gone, this team's energy just, it's so painful. The amount of damage that the Pokemon on this team can do with energy. So once again, we get a Gardevoir that comes in. I go as many Volt Switches as I can so that if they shield, Victini can come in and farm it all the way down. It's literally the same thing as the last game pretty much here. Opponent shields, Victini is going to pop in, farm it all the way down. Tank is going to shield a Shadow Ball before the opponent can get farmed down, because they do get to a move. But and then at that point, Galarian Rapidash is poised and ready to deal with whatever else is on the team. I mean, at this point, this is the point where, unless they have a Claydol or something that's ridiculously hard countered and can tank 2 V creates, they don't have much. So the opponent now comes in with a Victini. So I'm going to throw the V create here, and then I'm going to throw the overheat. Hopefully they think that I'm just throwing 2 V creates and don't shield either one. But they shield the V create, which is huge. So I will now go for the overheat, because the overheat does a lot more damage than the V create. And because I still have a shield, I can come in with my Rapidash, and I will be able to get one Body Slam off before the opponent can get to a second charge move, which is huge for me, because now this Body Slam is going to do enough damage to take it out. But instead they come in with a Rapidash, and because my Rapidash is ahead on energy, I'm going to be able to just go straight for the Mega Horn and take them out this way instead. So either way, like I said, the energy on this team is just so freaking impactful. Almost one-shots the Galarian Rapidash. They are not at the energy needed for a Mega Horn, so I'm just going to get hit with a Body Slam and then farm down. And then my Rapidash is just at the Body Slam as soon as it goes down, and I'm going to be able to take them out, but they surrender instead, and that is a good game. So we got the next one here with Rapidash against Claydol. So once again, this is where I want to see the Claydol. Now, I had plenty of games where they had Claydol in the back, and that is a mess. Unfortunately, I didn't have any in these sets that I recorded, but they come straight in with a Bronzong, and I do stay in here to get a Mega Horn off. I'm hoping that once I land this Mega Horn, it's going to be able to be farmed down by my Alolan Raichu, but I do have to be careful of the fact that they have a lot of energy already. So I'm just going to farm down, and I'm going to see what I can do with this. I do need to shield a potential payback, and if it's not a payback, then that's a problem for me. But it is a payback, thankfully. I have seen some running like Psyshock or something like that, and that's painful. Yeah, I don't know. But with 2 wild charges just about loaded, whatever comes in probably isn't going to be able to tank the energy unless it's a Claydol. And guess what? It's a Claydol. So I'm going to go up to 2 Grass Knots here. I'm going to force a shield or KO this Claydol. Not messing around. Grass Knot 1 goes through, Grass Knot 2 comes in, and they are going to have to shield this. And then my only hope here is to farm down with probably Victini or Rapidash here. I'm going to come in with the Rapidash because it gets to charge moves quicker, and I can get to this Body Slams before they're going to be able to get to another charge move. And then I should be able to get to another Body Slam long before they take me out. But they live with 1 HP. Which is really unfortunate, so I'm forced to let this go, and it's a Shadow Ball, and that is going to take out my Rapidash, and I'm left with just my Victini against their Victini, and I know at this point my chances of winning are very slim, but what I have to do here is I have got to wait for them to throw their energy first, and then go back to back against them with my own energy. But what I do instead here is I throw the Overheat right away, and what I'm hoping is maybe they think it's a V-Create and they don't shield. And they don't, and I almost take them out. And because we didn't CMP, I sneak through a fast move. My opponent didn't shield because they know that normally they would absolutely live that, and then Victini just quick attacks down the rest of the team. That was insanely close, and that was only because I held on to the energy and went for the overheat. So once you're in a Victini mirror, once they're about half HP, you can safely go for an overheat and threaten shields or KOs. So once again, Victini lead going straight into the Raichu, and because they take so long to swap out, I'm going straight for the Wild Charge. I want the shield, or I want this Victini almost out of here. And they actually let it go! That's huge. almost all of the Victini's health is gone, and this Volt Switch went through is going to take it out. So now they're down Victini, and now what they've got is a Rapidash. I'm going straight once again for the Wild Charge. I want to get their shield, and I want it now. And what I'm going to do here after this is I'm just going to continue to go and go and go until they take me out. I'm not going to shield anything because there's no point to it right now, because this Rapidash is easily getting to 2 Body Slams before I get to the next Wild Charge, so I'm going to just let it go. And then I'm probably going to come in with my own Rapidash or my Victini. Now, I come in with a Victini because they can't one-shot me with anything, so I can go straight for either double V-Create, or I can let them hit me with a charge move and then go for my own V-Create. They do bait with a Body Slam, which was not exactly wise, but they're going to go for another Body Slam. I am still not shielding because I don't need to. And then the opponent's Body Slam is going to take me into the red, and now I'm going to get up to 2 V-Creates. I'm going to throw the V-Create, but my opponent wins CMP. I lost track of their energy, and they were able to get to the Body Slam, but one before I thought they were. I thought they were at 3. They were at 4 there. So we CMP. Of course they're going to let this go. They took my shield. That is easy for them. And they have a Gardevoir in the back. Can I get to 2 Body Slams? I don't know, but we're going to try. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go for the Mega Horn. Mega Horn is either going to guarantee the KO or it's going to guarantee the shield. And then all I have to do is just KO the Gardevoir. I don't know what they were doing there, but I think the reason why is because I had the V-Create loaded, and I think they knew that. So they said it was over. Yeah, so this is a Body Slam, so be it, but it was the Mega Horn, and it took them out. And then had I gone down, I would have been able to hit the V-Create before they would have been able to get to another charge move. So, Galarian Rapidash mirror fight. I'm going to bait the Body Slam. This is a really weird one, because if you don't get a shield right away, like almost always, you're going to end up baiting first, and the opponent's probably going to bait first. No one ever goes for the Mega Horn right away in this matchup. So it's totally okay to match shields here. And I go straight for Body Slam, and my opponent catches it on a Bronzong, which is really unfortunate for me. So doing resisted damage there, I come in with my Victini. Probably not the best move of mine, but if I'm going to go for triple V-Create here, I'm going to at least do it. I'm going to go up to double V-Create before I throw, because that way I'm taking the least amount of damage, right? V-Create debuffs your defense. So if you're going to throw the first V-Create, you're going to want to do it when you're at your, as much energy as possible, so that you're taking less damage afterwards to get to the next V-Create, right? If I had thrown my V-Create immediately, I would be taking that much damage, and I wouldn't have even gotten to another V-Create. Now, I think we CMP there, which is huge. Had they thrown another feint attack, there's a chance that I might have fainted from it, but the V-Create gets in there, takes out the Bronzong, and I have another V-Create to throw once they come in, and their Victini comes in. It's just going to get a little bit of farm off of me because I'm triple debuffed at this point, or double debuffed. I don't know how many debuffs it is at this point. I lose count. But that's fine with me, because Victini took out like half their team. And then the Rapidash is going to tank this energy. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to let Raichu come in and farm down. Or it's going to farm down the Rapidash. Now, either way, I'm getting to 2 Wild Charges. And this is only a Body Slam. They didn't get up to the Mega Horn. But I'm not sure. I don't trust my own instincts. And they were at a Mega Horn. They were, but they decided to bait. And you know what? They're at the Mega Horn now, too. And you know, man, I don't know where the energy came from, but they sure had it, and that completely took me by surprise. So well played to my opponent. Excellent, excellent energy management on their part. I didn't even keep track. Lugia, Shadow Lugia in the Sidekick Cup. This is scary, folks, but because of the fairy typing on Rapidash, it's a bad lead for the Lugia, so they have to dip out into their Victini, and I actually go up to the Mega Horn, and I look to catch the move on my Victini. Now, the reason why this is such a great idea here, or at least it's just a great maneuver anyway, because now they're debuffed. Immediately, I can go for a V-Create, they're debuffed, and I don't have to worry about shielding from them. And they take debuff damage. And you know what? That almost takes them out. However, they now go for a V-Create. I am actually going to shield this one because I have quite a bit of HP left. Nope, I let it go. All right, never mind. Never mind. Let it go. So I choose to get the farm on my Raichu? Yeah. I come in with the Raichu because the Raichu getting ahead on energy is going to take both shields from my opponent here. And they come in with the Lugia. So I know whatever they have in the back probably doesn't want to see my Raichu because their Lugia is, I mean, I guess it just doesn't want to get matched up against my Rapidash, but they're going to have to spend both shields to keep their Lugia alive here, and I'm totally okay with letting my Raichu go down here because there's not a whole lot of things in the Psychic Cup that can take a one-shielded Rapidash, but a Metagross is definitely one of the things that can tank a 2 shielded, 1 shielded, doesn't matter how many shields, it doesn't need it, it can just tank it. So I'm going to go for double Mega Horn here. I have enough energy that I can do that. Now, this is only possible because I farmed up energy in the beginning of the battle. So now I can go for double Mega Horn. My opponent tries to call a bait, and they get taken out, and they lose. And that was amazing. So this team is doing an amazing job in the Psychic Cup. I highly recommend playing it. Tons of sets just like this one. 4 1s, 5 O's, and yes, I had some hard counter sets where I went 1-4 and 0-5. I had one of each last night when I played these sets, but every other set has been positive. I have only had like 2, maybe 3 negative sets with this team, and otherwise it's been absolutely solid. The strategy, yet again, get shields with the Raichu, or if you have to counter swap your Victini, just do whatever you can to get the shields off your opponent. The rest of the team can do the work on its own. Now, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys had a great time in the Psychic Cup. I know it's coming to an end in a couple days. I've probably already uploaded and got my Weather Cup analysis, but if you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. I'm going over the entire Weather Cup in this video. I'm not going to remember to put a link in the description because I'm a fool, but just click on the channel. You'll be able to go back maybe 1 or 2 videos and you'll see it on the channel. And then that's going to be it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.